So anybody that watches any of my ramblings noticed the Honda post about the 3-year-old Honda that I've got, well, it's 3.5 years now, extended Honda dealer warranty, and apparently I've got to pay for diagnostics. That's mentioned in the paperwork. Well, I haven't seen that, and I'm still to resolve that with them. As I said, I'm going to drive over there when I've got 5 minutes and just have a little chat and say, well, you tell me in this contract where it says I have to pay for diagnostics when my car is under warranty. Anyway, I purchased a Topdon Phoenix Plus. You've got to be a bit careful with these. They're up, you can find them for about £1,000, and if you look on eBay, they're there 700. I mean, still a massive amount of money, but diagnostic work, £140 plus VAT, I think it was, an hour, if that's got to be done. I thought 4 sessions like that, and this will have paid for itself. So last night I sat there with an unboxing video, I thought, waffling away, unboxing this, and didn't realise that the camera had crashed, so I was sat there waffling to myself. So yeah, I'm going to have to start again, which is quite useful actually, because I've had to set this up after the failed video, so I know a little bit more about it, whereas last night when I was doing the original unboxing I was guessing a lot of it. So this comes in a box and then an outer. It's a Topdon Phoenix Plus. It's come from eBay price £700. If you go onto Amazon you'll find it for, I mean, up to £1,000. Comes with 2 years of updates. There is an issue after the 2 years. To extend the updates after that, it's going to cost you another £550. Not an issue if you are a jobbing mechanic and use this sort of thing day in and day out. I've only got it because of the recent issue we had with the Honda Civic, and the fact that in an under warranty car they're expecting me to pay the diagnostic fees, which was what did I say it was, 140 plus VAT or something ridiculous. So 4 1-hour sessions with the car, and this has pretty much paid for itself. Anyway, we'll get back to that another day. So it comes in a big plastic box. I'm not a fan of this box. At this sort of price you would expect something with proper hinges. All this is a moulded plastic case, and over time you can guarantee that this plastic moulded part will just break. So comes with the password letter. This has a serial number and a activation code which you will need to enter when you first fire this up. Comes with a Phoenix Plus user manual, all in one language. There's help, FAQs, technical specification of the Android 10 device. Android 10 10.1 touchscreen. It's a 1280 by 800. I mean, it's pretty crisp, but it could have been better. 4 gig of memory, 64 gig storage, a 12,600 milliamp hour battery. It's got an 8 megapixel rear camera. Obviously it's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, etc. Yeah, just the user instructions. It's quite comprehensive. Their website isn't too bad either. It comes with a screen protector, just for shipping purposes, and you remove it. But interestingly, on the front here there is a little label that says, if you need another 12 months warranty, please contact warranty@topdon.com for more information. Now, I emailed them yesterday and I got a reply back pretty quickly, and to extend the warranty by an additional 12 months you have to send them a photo of the unit you've just bought, a photo of the password letter card, and a PDF or whatever you've got of the invoice from whichever platform you purchased from. Now, I've sent all that off earlier today and I haven't heard back from them, so unfortunately there's fingerprints all over it now because I was messing around yesterday evening getting it working. It is really heavy. In fact, I can weigh it here as we've got the scales right in front of me. So the actual unit weighs 1.5 kilos, so a big chunky device. We've got corner protectors that are screwed on. We have a stand at the back here. It feels like metal, but I'm not sure. So you can either use that as a normal stand like so, or you can hang it over a steering wheel if you're working in the car. That is the idea behind that. Now, the first thing I did yesterday was look at these two screws, and I thought, oh, it must be the battery pack that is under here. So I took this off like so and thought, that's interesting. There seems to be a SIM card slot in there, and that is an awful lot of contacts for a simple battery. And it turns out that actually there are modules that you can purchase for this. I haven't seen them advertised anywhere, but they are mentioned in the user guide. You can get an oscilloscope plug-in and one other thing which escapes me. Yeah, no, I can't remember, but I can't see where you can buy them anyway, so I can't give you any details of the price, etc. But originally, or yesterday, I thought, well, that is a battery pack that's missing from it, but of course it isn't. On the back we have that 8 megapixel camera that the instructions mentioned. Here we have stereo speakers. We have a big red on-off button, and under here we have a USB-C charging port and then a normal USB port next to it. So that is that. Now, as I say, I'm not a big fan of this case. For 700 to 1,000 quid, you would like a better case with some decent hinges. Now, you know, all that's going to happen there is that moulding will just break and you'll end up with two halves of a case. It's not going to be massively expensive to get yourself a decent foam lined aluminium case. So it comes with a very basic charger. Now, the instructions say you should use this charger, but it is extremely light, and I'm not convinced of the quality. It's a 5 volt, obviously, 2.5 amp, but it weighs absolutely nothing. But it does say to use their own charger. So we have, and you get 2 leads. There is one to charge the Bluetooth dongle that plugs into the car's port. Well, this is one of the adapters. This is the main one that you would use, certainly for my Honda Civic. So originally I thought that must be some extra connection port for whatever. Actually, it's not. It is just a charging port. Notice that is recessed, so if you ever damage this cable, you may well find yourself in trouble trying to get a cable that will actually go into that recess. But maybe they supply parts. The serial number of the software is lasered onto this Bluetooth connection. I've already charged this, and when it's on charge there's a little light here that I think it shows green. It didn't do anything other than stay green when I was charging that. So that is that. I don't believe there was anything in this section here. Unfortunately, I can't remember because it didn't video record, but I'm pretty certain there was nothing in that bit because I've got nothing here that would fit, I don't think. There's little catches here, and you can open these up, and you have multiple options here. I have absolutely no idea what cars these fit. I'm sure the mechanics out there will know exactly what cars these fit. Then all connect up with this type of adapter. And that cable, this is an interesting one. In here you've got, there's another adapter. Again, absolutely no idea what that's useful for. You've got a cigarette lighter, some sort of charger, but I've absolutely no idea what that plugs into, because I don't think there's any other charging port on the device. So what the hell does that charge? No idea. Maybe one of their adapters. Same here. You can plug that onto the battery, and on the end here it says clipper. You can see that. This one says lighter. Yeah, absolutely no idea what they are used for. So that's that. This side we have the other USB adapter for the actual Android device. Again, recessed, special USB cable. I'm not sure if you'll just find any old one that will fit if this breaks. Very thick wire for charging the actual unit. It's substantially thicker than the dongle charging cable. So yeah, here we have another adapter. Again, no idea what these fit. This is an extension, so you can plug that into underneath the steering wheel, wherever your connection is, and if this is too tight and you can't get it in, you can use this extension lead and then just plug it in to that and leave it just hanging down. Very nice fit. So that's that one. And then here we have a whole range of adapters. Again, I have absolutely they've all got this. I have absolutely no idea what vehicles these are for, but in my case it really doesn't matter. Fuses, I assume there are fuses in the charging cables, or whatever they're for. Yeah, there will be, yeah. Certainly in that one, and possibly not in the one with the crocodile clips, but whatever. You know what, I think there might have been some cables stuck in here. I wondered why I struggled to get everything back in the case yesterday. That's probably why. I had everything in these two compartments and probably needed to use this one. if we move back to the actual unit, I'm going to struggle getting this on camera, I think. Sit down. Now, when you... Oh God, the reflections, it's not going to work, is it? Let's see, I can always turn the brightness up. So you just press and hold that button. Now when this starts up, it obviously needs to go through the registration process, and you will be going through, I mean, it's just like setting Windows up really. You're going to need to enter your details, country, time zone. You're then going to have to register with them, and you'll need your password letter with the serial number and the activation code. How to do all of this.
United Kingdom's calling code is +44.
Alexa, shut up. God's sake. There is a guide on running through all of this at the start. Now I'm going to go into settings and just bring up the, actually scroll down, I think it is. Yeah, we're just going to turn up the brightness. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. So as I say, once you have registered, and it will go into this update page, and in my case there were 140-ish packages to be upgraded. You select all and it will go through and upgrade them one by one. Actually, you can see the serial number is shown up there. It took best part of 3 hours to upgrade all of the files, so don't panic if it doesn't seem to be doing a hell of a lot. It will do it. So services, this is all of the different functions that you may be able to control. So if we go into oil, and it tells you what it does here. Vehicle coverage. You can also search the Bluetooth device. That's a good point actually. How do you turn this? Of course it's got to be plugged. I was going to say, how do you turn this on if you wanted to do a test? But you can't, of course. You have to plug this into the car and then turn the vehicle on. So there is the 12 volts to it. Yeah, so 9 to 18 volts working voltage. I just noticed on there. That's interesting. So it's going to work even if the car battery is a bit low, judging by that. But yeah, we can't connect to it because it's not plugged into anything. And then you can go into coverage, and you can look through all of the different vehicles. Obviously it's connected to my Wi-Fi. You can select the make and then the model. Now, a lot of these makes I've never even heard of, because it covers worldwide. So here we're on Bentley Flying Spur. What years it covers? 2022. There you go, and you can just go into that. So that's vehicle coverage inquiry. That is the reset, the oil warning light. Interesting warning here to tell you to take that Bluetooth dongle out. I wonder how many people have forgotten that. That's why I prefer that long lead. It's hanging there, you can't really miss it. So yeah, that's services. If you do a scan, there's a demo, so we can click on demo. How did I do this yesterday? I think we just go OK. Yeah, here you go. Okay. If you want to operate the factory test item, click the connect device button to connect to the connector. But I think if you hit demo, this is what's going to come up. There's only 4 demos here, so if we pick Audi, this is how it comes up. Hopefully you can, God, I hope you can see that. It's basically a a graphic of all of the different sections of the car's electronics, ECM, ABS brakes, SRS, and once it's outlined all of the different things that it thinks your vehicle is equipped with, you can do a scan. There's a smart scan, there's a system scan, and you can choose a particular single item to scan if you prefer. This one is ABS and it's brakes, and these are the things that it might be able to do. So we can read the module information, and we can clear the fault code, read the data stream. There's a whole load of stuff, but let's just do a scan of the whole thing. Smart scan there, and it will go through each module. Green is normal, red is abnormal, and I think blue is, oh, it says blue is scanned, but there's no blue apart from the blue line along there, if you can see it. So we've got various faults there. Let's look at the ABS. That's the code, C1237. The speed wheel rear input signal is missing. C1201. BAS release switch, no idea, no clue. So we can go into that. Let's just get back out of that. Let's go into the SRS, say airbag. 9412, airbag igniter reserve 18, short to plus. I assume that means short to positive. And then again here, short to ground. Yeah. HVAC, is that aircon? From aircon display control head, implausible signal, whatever that may mean. And then we've got IC. Instrument panel temperature sensor, short circuit to ground. Again, I'm sure this is very much vehicle dependent. In your own, the car you're working on may not have all of the different things that this will show. Let's do a system scan. Does that do anything different? Oh, here we go. It's scanning each module. Hopefully you get the idea. It's probably not. Maybe I can zoom in a bit. If it's in focus. So it scans, so all of these things are there, but it hasn't done a diagnostic. So down here it's scanned the model, sorry, the make, model, year, VIN number. It's obviously a demo, it's Ford. And then we can hit diagnostic, I think. No DTC. No. We might have to go back and do a smart scan. Yeah, here we go. This is coming up with the errors. I mean, things have really come along since the days when I was ever working on vehicles, years and years ago. And everybody there back in those days bought an Elm 327 from eBay, and it was supplied with some pirated software that barely worked, and if you managed to get a few codes out of it, you were lucky. So here we've got a couple of codes: vehicle speed sensor AB correlation, nitrous oxide sensor circuit bank number 1. I have no idea. And then it takes you into this. You can clear the fault code. Yes, clear fault code completed. It won't do that in this case, I wouldn't have thought. Oh, it has. No, it really is a proper demo. You can also go into a report, and you can add notes to that. And how do we get out of that? There we go. The license number, yeah, I have no idea why that's on there. But you get the idea. Pre-scan, post-scan, diagnostic scan, different report types. That is my details. generating a report. I think it just emails it to me. Yeah, notes, please choose. Yeah, well, we're not going to do that. Let's see if we can get out of that. There we go. PCM, whatever that is, brake switch out of self-test range, and turbocharged control unit, and we can clear those codes, I think. Yep, I think we already did it actually. Yeah, if we go back, that's probably, yeah, that's cleared. If we do a diagnostic, no, DTC, okay, we go back one. Anyway, so you get the idea. And yeah, we want to end that. And back to the beginning. Yeah, so it is pretty comprehensive. It seems quite popular amongst mechanics who are, you know, going to be using this sort of thing on a daily basis. Do note that it can do various other things. I don't know what ADAS calibration is. Ah, yes, it is. This is the camera calibration. Again, it's not something that I need to worry about. It also has a Chrome browser, so you can get onto the internet. Set Chrome as your default browser. No, set as default, and you can go to YouTube if you need to get some information off of there. So quite useful. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, camera. It's got an 8 megapixel camera for taking photos of whatever you might need to take a photo of. Just click on the picture and that's done. You can, I think you can email that around. Library. There's all sorts. Fault code library, coverage, learning materials, Chrome, YouTube, Facebook. Haynes Pro, I'm sure some of these are subscription services. Yeah, there we go. Workshop data, but it's all nice that it's built in. Again, this is not for your, you know, occasional home mechanic like myself, but for a working mechanic, this sort of thing is going to be very helpful. That's what I was talking about. Modules. You can get a oscilloscope module that plugs into the back of it, that port I showed you. There is a battery tester module, a BT Mobile Pro. I actually registered for this thinking it was some sort of free software that goes with this, and it kind of does, but you need the actual unit itself. But again, fantastic. Battery test, cranking test, charging test, system test, battery library, test report, user guide and settings. So if you have one of these things, I can't even remember what it was called. So please I've got to log in, so I'm not going to do that. But there's masses of different things. The oscilloscope was an interesting one, I thought. Again, I can't tell you prices because I couldn't find it anywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the VIN scanner. If this was connected, it would get the car's VIN number up. Of course, you can enter that manually if it's unable to read the VIN. So yeah, in a couple of days' time, as soon as I've got a chance, we shall go in and connect to the Honda Civic. And this, if you go into Honda, it will tell you about updates, what they've updated, what it can now do, what it can't do. Yeah, there's a whole list of. There's a summary for the covered special functions. Particulate filter regeneration, start clutch feedback learning. I mean, this is just full of stuff. Loads and loads and loads. Remote starter, register a remote engine starter unit. Again, very much model dependent and probably country dependent. We were discussing the fact that the Hondas in the UK will not lock the doors when you drive away. Somebody came on YouTube and said, well, that's definitely a feature within the on-screen menu, but it isn't in the UK. You cannot, that doesn't even come up. One touch starting, add a key, reset key, all keys lost. Yeah, absolutely loads of stuff. And possibly some of it is a subscription required. So yeah, look, as far as I can see, this is a well built, well made unit. I did also update, where did we do that? We did actually update the unit. I can't remember where I did that. Might be in the settings page. There's some interesting issue here. Fix the VCI firmware / system. It says if you're experiencing difficulties communicating with the VCI, please download the firmware fix. Well, I'm not doing that because I've no idea what issues there might be. But there was a place where you can. Here it is. So this is the actual Android device, and you can check for updates, and it updated itself yesterday. System upgrade, it will check the current version, and this is the bit that upgraded itself yesterday, and it's obviously the current version. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. It'll be interesting to see what we get off of the Honda after the getting locked in nonsense from a few weeks ago. So yeah, do shop around for this. As I say, 700 quid on eBay, 1,000 quid plus I've seen it advertised on Amazon. I was very tempted because they did the 5-month interest-free payment fix thing, which I like to use, but you know, 300 quid difference, there's no way. So yeah, don't forget that extra year's warranty. Do bear in mind though that after 2 years the updates will stop, and it's 550 quid I think it was to renew that. Now I didn't find out whether that was for another 1 year or 2 years, but in 2 years time there may well be a different model out at a similar price or lower, as these things often get lower in price. So this could just be a 2-year unit and then you replace it. I don't know why they have to charge that level of money. You know, 3/4 of the price of a new one seems a little bit over the top. Again, if you're a working mechanic, it's not a concern. This will be paying for itself on a weekly basis probably. Anyway, so there we go, just a quick look at that, and when we actually get it in the car we will show you that as well. Alright, thanks for watching.